Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Elliot Cohen. There are a few departments in the city of West Palm Beach, you could argue, that are making as much progress as the Department of Housing and Community Development. The department recently celebrated a milestone, allowing several families to move into homes just like the one behind me. These are homes that were built by the city of West Palm Beach in an effort to try to encourage families to own their own properties for the first time. We're going to tell you several stories during this program to illustrate the work that HCD is doing. We'll introduce you to a couple of families. You'll learn about their struggles to own their own home and why programs like HCD are so important. We'll also have a one-on-one interview with Armando Fana, the director of HCD, to talk about his goals for neighborhoods like this, Colton Park and others around the city, what still needs to be done and what he hopes gets done in the future. But we start out with a story by Cheryl Kahn, a very personal story illustrating why homeownership is so important.
Larry and Angrenette Hardnett thought they had it all figured out. Larry has his own business, and Angrenette worked at a school. When the economy took a nosedive and Angrenette had to stop working because of an injury, they tried to hold on as long as they could, but wound up losing their house.
I had lost my job and we had to move in an apartment. And apartment living is what it is. You have to live close to someone else. And so we had to live in an apartment and rent for about 3 years.
It's been a struggle for the Hardnetts, but they finally had a breakthrough when they were accepted into a program that helps low-income residents buy homes.
It feels awesome because it's something that we own. You know, we don't have to give our money to someone else. It's not as expensive. And in the long run, it'll be something that we can leave to our daughter.
And it's no wonder they're happy. The house has everything they were hoping for. Nice bathrooms, a kitchen with brand new appliances, a lovely bedroom for themselves.
This is our heavenly oasis.
And down the hall, another bedroom for their 13-year-old goddaughter, a dancer who's already made this space her own, with colors that pop, toe shoes, and a list of her goals on the wall.
This is when she first started dancing.
With a backyard just waiting for some tender loving care and a front porch ready for company, the Hardnetts feel that they're finally home. This is Cheryl Kahn reporting for TV 18.
The self-esteem that comes with owning your own home is really hard to measure. There's pride in ownership of your own property. There's pride in your community and your neighborhood. You may be able to hear there's a guy mowing the lawn behind me. He's actually not cutting the grass in front of his house. He actually lives right here in this home. He's cutting the grass in front of 4 other homes right along his block. These are homes that the city of West Palm Beach built, homes that families are moving into. He's taking pride not in his property, but in the neighborhood around him, because he understands that the better it looks overall, the better it is for everyone. Home ownership is so critical, and Cheryl Kahn once again tells us about another family and how owning their own property is helping them.
A lot of people spend years trying to save up enough money to buy a home, but things don't always go as planned, and because of that, they may need to ask for help to reach their goal. That's what happened to Delano Smith, who had a pretty good plan in place before something terrible stopped him in his tracks.
Hit and run accident. Was walking my dog one day, and yeah, missed my dog like crazy, but I'm here now.
While Delano feels lucky to be alive, he worries about the future. With lingering physical issues, he's unable to hold down a full-time job.
My balance is off. I can't feel nothing basically from mid-chest down. Can't feel temperature.
To make matters worse, his wife Crystal has serious health problems of her own.
There's been challenges because not only did he get in an accident, I have sickle cell too. I'm in and out the hospital 2 to 3 times out of a year.
With 2 small children and not much money coming in, they admit it looked pretty bleak. That is, until they heard about and applied for a program that would help them buy their own home in Colton Park.
This program is designed for households whose income does not exceed 80% of the area median income.
The Smiths did qualify, and now they have a comfortable home for their son and daughter who no longer have to share a bedroom. They've already put a swing up in a tree in the backyard, made plans for a garden, and started meeting their new neighbors. And while they still have those health problems to deal with, the Smiths say owning a home of their own that they can afford takes away a lot of the stress they've been under. Now that they're settling in, the Smiths are hoping to be able to relax a little with their family and new friends. This is Cheryl Kahn reporting for TV 18.
The Colton Park neighborhood here in the city of West Palm Beach has long presented its unique set of challenges when it comes to housing and uplifting this area. But they are challenges that are now being overcome. I recently walked through this neighborhood with Armando Fana, the Director of Housing and Community Development here in the city of West Palm Beach, and talked to him about the successes that we've had, the challenges we still face, and his hopes for this neighborhood and the other neighborhoods across the city. So we're here in Colton Park. On this block alone, you've got 5 houses on the other side of the street here. What is the significance of having families move into these homes? What does it do for the neighborhood?
It's a huge impact. I mean, you have the park adjacent to these houses. You have other houses sprinkled throughout the neighborhood that we help construct, or other nonprofits with our assistance help construct. Homeownership really makes the foundation of many neighborhoods, and it really brings pride of ownership into the neighborhood. You see the aesthetics of the neighborhood have really changed over the last couple of years that these houses have been built. Now you have individuals who are occupying. Those are eyes and ears on the streets that help law enforcement, that help aesthetically with keeping up their yards. They bring property values up, which in turn brings up the property values that the city receives through property taxes. There's just a whole trickle-down effect when it comes to home ownership and having these houses built here in Colton Park.
Why has it been such a challenge, or it has at least looked like it's been such a challenge in this part of the city? What has been the hardest part about encouraging home ownership and getting these things built?
You know, Colton Park has an amazing history. If you go back, it was once a thriving community, and for different factors, it has been in decline over several decades. And with that went home ownership declines. Home ownership was at a high rate back, and you look back historically, going back 40, 50 years, over the last few decades, home ownership declined, and with it, so did the neighborhood. And it became a very transient neighborhood, mostly rental units. The difficulties have been once those things take foothold, once those transient nature of the neighborhood takes foothold, you then begin to have increases in crime. You have the low home ownership rate, so that in turn creates indicators, economic indicators that are not positive to the neighborhood. Almost all statistics show that home ownership rates that are high in neighborhoods increase the amount of positive indicators, whether that be income attainment, that could be educational, also health care indicators are higher. So all these positive indicators come along with home ownership. Conversely, when you have the opposite, when you have a high number of rental units, particularly in low and high poverty areas, then those same indicators end up going the opposite way and being negatives. And so this neighborhood has suffered for a long time from low income earnings, high unemployment, high crime, and those things then keep people from investing in the neighborhood. So as we create more home ownership opportunities and the amenities that come with it, you'll begin to see the value increasing of the neighborhood, and in turn, more families will begin to take what I call take a chance on Colton Park and try to make it home.
You've been with the city about a year. What's been your biggest challenge here in the Colton Park area? What haven't you been able to do that you still feel needs to get done?
There's still a lot to be done in terms of, I think, of citizen participation is one thing I'd like to see increase, and we have several opportunities for that. With the we have a Colton Park Neighborhood Association. We have a committee that meets at City Hall once a week, and we'd like to see more citizens participate in the process.
Why? Tell me why. Why is it important that?
One of the things that's happened with some of the neighborhoods, Colton Park and other neighborhoods, is whether it's government or other entities come from outside in order to provide their resources and their ideas, and those sometimes get implemented and sometimes they don't. What I think would be a lot more effective is to have the citizens be a part of the process, be more of a part of a process, and them be active participants in the rejuvenation of the neighborhood as opposed to folks from the outside coming in.
You've got the 5 homes that are right here, right on Colton Park. You've got other homes in and around this area that you've built and that you're getting people in. If someone is interested in working with the city to get a home, who do they talk to? What do they do?
They can contact our Department of Housing and Community Development. By the way, we're also forming a lot of partnerships with other entities to be able to create opportunities. For example, Habitat for Humanity, we're getting ready to transfer 2 lots to them. And in conjunction with Palm Beach County is going to provide construction funding for the construction of the 2 homes. So that would provide a couple of additional opportunities here in the Colton Park area. And we were also looking at Urban League as partners for building homes. Neighborhood Renaissance is another nonprofit in the area that we're looking to partner with. So there's a lot of opportunities, I think, for partnerships beyond the city, and so folks need to be aware of those and go to those entities and ask for assistance also.
So to coin a phrase, it actually does take a village.
Absolutely does.
Not
take
to
a
end on a
village.
cliche, but that's really what you're saying.
Right.
All right, Armando Fana, thank you very much.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
the time.
For more information on the programs that HCD is running here in Coleman Park or across the city, you can log on to our city website at WPB.org. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Elliot Cohen.